Hi everyone, it's Chris. Welcome back to my parlour, and today I'm here with a house cleansing. I showed you the residents of my haunted house the other week, and I received a comment, and I think yes, it's quite true. There's been a lot of upsetting incidences in this house, and maybe not such a nice place to live, even for spirits and my dolls. So I thought I would give it a cleansing today, a simple cleansing. I can't use incense because of my health issues and my son's health issues. So I'm using sound today, some black salt, some crystals, and I'm going to sweep out the negative energy and bring in the good energy. So that's what I'm doing today, a house cleansing for my haunted house. And all the residents now. I'm not going to move anything around because it doesn't belong to me. It's belonging to the spirits that live in the house. So if it were my own home, I'd give it a general spring clean. But as it's my doll's house, and I'm just sort of helping them to cleanse their home, I won't be taking everything out. So does that make sense to everyone today? Because we need to, respect other people's spaces, and my dolls are nonetheless need that respect. So, and the spirits need that respect. So that's what I'm doing today. Yes, so first thing I'm going to do is set my intention. So I've lit my candle and setting the intention to allow the good energy to remain and the bad energy to dissipate. So, and to be recycled by Mother Nature. So let's get started then. I'm just going to start with the sound energy to shift the energy, which is really necessary because energy sometimes gets stuck in corners and around the building, and as I mentioned before, anything that is violent or upsetting, something else like that, gets stuck in the walls of a home. So I'm going to try and shift that energy from this home, from my haunted house home. So let's get started, and sound is really good for that. It sort of shifts the energy around so it can be swept out to be recycled by the earth, and then we replace it with more beneficial, positive energy with crystals, black salt, and just allow that energy to come through. I don't want my ghosts to leave, of course, so I'm not using sage. Sage is a ghost shifter. I understand from my own experiences and what I've read and what have you. So I'm not using that. And so let's get started with the sound therapy. Just getting the house that gets the energy shifted. I'm going to remove the door now. Give each room sound cleanse. Excuse me, Junie. That's the sound cleanse. That sort of shifts all the energy. Now I'm going to do a symbolic sweeping with this little broom that my daughter gave me. Isn't it most adorable little thing? It's got a crystal on the end, red jasper by the looks, and it's very good for cleaning and symbolically sweeping. Of course, sweeping, you sweep from the inside out the door, out the front door, so it can be recycled by Mother Nature. So I'm going to start with just the rooms and just give them a general sweep. Bringing out the energy to be recycled. And as I'm doing that, I'll say, good energy remain, bad energy be gone. Be gone, bad energy. This has no windows, a little garage, so it sort of gets stuck in there. So I'm just going to give that a bit more sweep. There we go. There I'm going to place some black salt just in the middle of the room. I can't reach very far into the house today. So a little bit of black salt in each room. That absorbs any other unnecessary energy that's no longer needed in the house. Putting it in the corner like that so I can actually remove it a bit later on. That's the black salt that I made. Oops, sorry guys. Black salt that I made a while ago. I'm going to add this to one of the rooms, probably the little garage down there, because that'll be out of the way and it can still add to the protection of the home. So it's going to go in here where Junie resides and add protection to the home. Now for the crystals, I'm going to add crystals to the room to help guide the spirits, to help them to calm them. The first crystal I'm going to give to Caroline up here is a Apache's Tear. Apache's Tear is a beautiful stone. It's an obsidian. Obsidian is usually quite strong energy, but the Apache's Tear is a more gentle form and it draws out very slowly and at your own pace emotional distress, emotional fear, grief, sadness, lethargy, depression. But it does so in such a gentle way, you're not realising it's happening until you feel so much better and you realise that the Apache's Tear has taken that from you and sent it off to be recycled. So I'm putting that into this room here for Caroline because Caroline is in grief, very deep grief for her children. So that's an Apache's Tear for Caroline. I don't think I've got it written down here, Apache's Tear. It's in one of my other pamphlets. I'm using it from this pamphlet here. To know what kind of crystals. Now for Dee Dee, down the bottom, Dee Dee is also suffering from grief. She's also suffering from losing her husband. So I'm going to be giving her another kind of crystal. I'm going to look through my list here and see what I do have. Okay, I'm going to give her a pyrite because it influences a more positive outlook on life and enhances the emotional body and strengthens will and practicality. So I'm going to give her a pyrite. Beautiful little pyrite. That's for Dee Dee and for the other girls in there as well. Mary and May, they can have one as well. So that's a pyrite given. For this room here, I've got Albert here, of course, and he's suffering a lot from guilt and a lot from emotional stress as well. So I'm going to give him a hematite. This one gives will and courage. It also calms communication, facilitates awareness and resistance to stress. Increases in resistance to stress and strengthens the physical and etheric bodies, energizing and revitalizing, enhances personal magnetism, optimism, will and courage. So I'm going to give that one to Albert. There's a hematite. And with crystals, you draw off what you need. and you draw it off willingly, whatever you need, not what people think you need. So if you need those energies, the crystal will accommodate you and bring that into your life. And it doesn't matter how big a crystal is, it's going to do the same job. A small crystal can do the same job as a huge crystal, because it's the energy that emits from the crystal and the intention that you set when you place the crystals in a room. So down there for Millie and Molly. Millie and Molly are quite happy little children. They play very nicely with the other children in the home. Same with Robbie and Matilda and Mary and May. They all play nicely together. They don't really have much of a residual negative energy about them or anything else like that. They're quite a positive energy. So I'm going to give Millie and Molly an aquamarine. It's a beautiful, beautiful stone. It's a very gentle stone. I just love aquamarine. And that calms the nerves, purifies the body, and enhances clarity of mind and aids self-expression, inspiration, peace, and love. And all the children live in that little room down the bottom here. This one over here, they live down there because it's got cake. And it's got most of the animals in there as well. So they all congregate in there and have a little bit of a good time. They read and they play. So that's the room it's going to go into, is the aquamarine. Now up there for Jimmy and Elsa, I'm not too sure what to give them. She might give them a sodalite. Sodalite's really good because they are the caretakers of this home as well. So it helps to sodalite. It's a beautiful stone as well. That alleviates fear, calms and clears the mind. They need to be aware of what's happening around them as they are the caretakers. So it sort of clears the mind. It's slightly sedative, but it's quite grounding and cuts through density and illusions, bringing clarity and truth. So it enhances communication and creative expression. So that's going to be a really good stone for Jimmy and Elsa, being the caretakers of this house. Now for Junie, little Junie down here. So I've got 3 stones left. I've got the Tiger's Eye, Snowflake Obsidian, another obsidian but a very gentle obsidian as well, and I've also got Black Tourmaline. This has got tourmaline's got a very strong protective influences, and it enhances sensitivity and understanding. Obsidian, I don't have the Snowflake Obsidian. I just have the regular or the name of that. I think I might actually give her the Snowflake Obsidian. Yeah, I'm going to give her the Snowflake Obsidian because it connects mind, body and emotions. So, and it grounds physical energy into the spiritual plane, absorbs and disperses negative energy, and reduces stress, helps clear subconscious blocks and allows detachment, but with wisdom and love. So that's what I'm going to give Junie. I'm going to pop that in here as well, just to give her that little bit of energy. So when she sits, because she can't fit into the house, that's the only reason she sits there. Otherwise she'd be with her children, Robbie and Matilda. And of course they come to visit. It's a very friendly, open kind of space, and I'm thinking hopefully now it is more open, and I'm going to leave the door off for a little while for the energy to move around and come out. And then I'll be able to sweep that out of my room as well and out the house so it can be recycled. So that's the general cleansing, just saying the positive energy to stay, the happy energy to stay, and all the negative, unwanted energy be gone. Be gone. It doesn't have to be anything more established than that. It can be as simple as you want it to be, so long as the intent is there to clear the energy. So positive energy stay, bad energy be gone. I don't want it anymore, and my house doesn't want it anymore. The cemetery I'm going to leave because it is the cemetery after all. It's meant to be haunted. And it's not too bad in there, actually. The energy is not too bad in the cemetery. So I might give that the that tourmaline. It's a strong protective influence, is the tourmaline. So I'm going to enhance the sensitivity and understanding, strong protective influences. Dispels fear and negative conditions. So I'm going to put this one in the cemetery. So how's that by? And I've got Tiger's Eye left over, which can go back into my crystal collection, because I do have a crystal collection. So now I'm going to say thank you to my guides and whoever came today to help me clear this space. And I'm hoping now that it feels more positive, that some of the energy from the house has dispersed. I'm going to physically sweep that up myself in a few days, just allowing that black salt to absorb that energy that's no longer needed in the house. It's an extra sort of speciality there. And then keeping my symbolic broom, of course, for sweeping out energy for that. So I'm just going to say goodbye now. Turn off the candle. We don't no longer need that either. So thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for joining me today as I cleanse my home. So, and also too, if you haven't got a bell or anything else and you want to do your own home, clapping your hands in corners, especially in corners, because that's where energy sort of gravitates and just sort of gets stuck. So you clap your hands, bang 2 saucepan lids together. It does the same sort of thing. Singing does the same thing. Happy general songs that sort of clear the energy. Music always has that effect too, if you want to do that. And of course, black salt is a very... if you haven't got black salt, it doesn't matter, just use ordinary table salt. It has the same effect. So, so hopefully that's clears the energy, makes it feel more comfortable for my dolls especially, and they're still there, the spirits are still there, but they're more free to move too, less encumbered. But I'm hoping the crystals help, especially Caroline and Dee Dee, to feel more calm and settled. To understand what's happened to them and to join in and be part of the house itself, not just staring out the window. So they become part of the enjoyment of the children, especially because they do need that influence of an older, more experienced soul to help them, to guide them. So thank you very much, and until next time, everyone, so many blessings.